Okay, welcome back to another video on the Maths channel. It's your teacher, Miss Lim here, and in this video we're going to be looking at Lesson 7, Expanding Brackets. So, by the end of this lesson you'll be able to do these two things: explain how the distributive law works, and use it to expand brackets. So let's have a look at the first part of this lesson, the distributive law. Now, the distributive law states that you must multiply everything inside the brackets by what's on the outside. So normally, we've got these questions, right? 7, this imaginary times here, 3 plus 8. Normally, we have to do brackets first. So 3 plus 8 is 11, so technically we've got 7 times 11, which is 77. However, with the distributive law, what we need to do is we multiply everything inside the brackets by what's on the outside. So we go 7 times 3, which is 21, 7 times 8, which is 56, and then we ask ourselves, well, this is a positive, because there's no minus sign, times a positive is a positive answer. So we put a plus sign there. And 21 plus 56 is 77, so we can see we get the same answer. For the next one, normally we would do the brackets first. 6 minus 11. So we got 9 times 6 minus 11 is negative 5. And 9 times negative 5 is negative 45. But with the distributive law, which is another method of answering the question, we distribute the 9 with the 6 by multiplying. So 9 times 6 is 54. 9 times 11 is 99. And then this is a positive number times a negative number gives us a negative answer. And 54 minus 99 gives us negative 45. We get the same answer. And for the third example, normally we do the brackets first. So you have got minus 4 times 2 minus 5 is negative 3. And negative 4 times negative 3 gives us positive 12. But with the distributive law, we take what's on the outside and we distribute it to each of these by timesing. So minus 4 times 2 is minus 8. And minus 4 times minus 5 is positive 20. So we get negative 8 plus 20 is positive 12. Okay. Now, the most common mistake that students make is that when they use the distributive law, they forget to multiply that last one. So, the most common mistake that students make is they'll write 7 times 3 is 21, but then they'll just write plus 8 because of that 8 here. But that is incorrect. You have to multiply 7 by the 8 first to give you 56, and then you can add them. Okay? Alright, so why do we need to know this distributive law? Alright, why can't we expand brackets normally for a question like 5 bracket x plus 2? Well, the reason is because normally we have to do brackets first. And in the brackets here, we don't have like terms. We can't do it. We don't know what x plus 2 is, right? Because it all depends on what x is. Whereas in each of these ones here, we could work out what's in the brackets. We can work out what 2 minus 5 is. We can work out what 6 minus 11 is, or 3 plus 8. But here, we can't work out what x plus 2 is, so we have to use the distributive law. So, if we were to distribute it using the distributive law, 5 times x is 5x, 5 times 2 is 10. And because it's positive 5 times positive 2, it gives us a positive 10. So we write plus 10. So let's have a look at some examples. 3 lots of x plus 9. 3 times x is 3x. Positive 3 times positive 9 is positive 27. 5 times y is 5y. positive 5 times negative 4 is negative 20. C. Minus 6 times x is minus 6x. Minus 6 times positive 7 is negative 42. Negative 2 times a is negative 2a. Negative 2 times negative 1 is positive 2. Alright, maybe pause the video, have a go with e to h, and then I'll reveal the answers. Okay, question E. 4 times x is 4x. Positive 4 times positive 2 is positive 8. Remember, two positives when multiplied together gives us a positive answer. Same with two negatives. But if one of them is positive and one of them is negative, it'll give us a negative answer. So here, for question F, 8 times b is 8b. Positive 8 times negative 3 is going to give us a negative 24. Right? Positive times negative gives us a negative answer. 8 times 3 is 24. Question G. Minus 2 times f is minus 2f. Minus 2 times positive 9 is minus 18. For question H, there's an imaginary 1 out here, so it's like minus 1. Minus 1 times h is negative h. And negative 1 times negative 5 is positive 5. Alright. Maybe pause the video and have a go with question I to L. Okay. A times A is A squared. Positive A times positive 6 is positive 6A. Remember, we always put the number in front of the letter, the coefficient in front of the pronumeral. Question J. B times 4 is 4B. Positive B times negative A is negative AB. And we like to write this in alphabetical order. Question K. Minus C times 2 is minus 2C. Minus C times positive 3D is going to give us negative 3CD. Question L. Negative E times 5E is negative 5E squared. Negative E times negative 2 is going to give us positive 2E. Okay, because negative times negative is a positive. Alright. Pause the video, have a go with question M to Q. Alright, question M. 12x times 5x is 60x squared. 12 times 5 is 60. X times x is x squared. Positive 12x times positive 7y is going to give us a positive answer of 84xy, because 12 times 7 is 84. Okay, and because we've got an x out here, we need to include it with that y, so it becomes xy. Question N. 8d times 4h is 32 dh. Positive times negative is negative. And 8 times 7 is 56. D times d cubed is d to the power of 4. Okay, there's 1d here, plus another 3, that's 4 d's. Alright, question O. Negative 10 times 5 is negative 50. F times f squared is f cubed. Negative times positive is negative 10 EF. Okay, because we've got the E here and we still have that F on the outside, which we need to include. Question P. 7x times 2x is 14x squared. Positive times negative is negative. 7x times 3y is 21xy. Positive times positive is positive. 7x times 5z is equal to 35xz. And I like to write my z's with a line through it, otherwise it might look like a 2, and I don't want to confuse myself. So that's what I do. Question Q. Negative 8 times positive 9. That's equal to negative 72. A cubed times a is a to the power 4 plus a b. Alright, negative times positive is negative. 8 times 7 is 56. We've got our a cubed. We've got our bc. Negative times negative is positive. 8 times 4 is 32. We've got a cubed and a to the power of 8, which is a to the power of 11. Okay, 3 plus 8 is 11. And then we still have all of this, b to the power of 7c squared. Alright. Write 2 equivalent expressions for the area of each rectangle shown, only one of which includes the brackets. So we can see here that this length here is 5. This length here is x. Therefore, the whole thing has to be 5 plus x. So we want the area. The area of the rectangle is length times width. Or we can expand it. 2 times 5 is 10. Positive times positive is positive. 2 times x is 2x. Or we can see here in the diagram, 2 times 5 is 10. Okay, so this rectangle here is 10. And this rectangle here is 2 times x is 2x. And we can see that, therefore, the area of the entire rectangle is 10 plus 2x. That's both of them combined. Alright, question B. If this is a and this is 3, then the whole thing must be a plus 3, a and 3. So the area of this entire rectangle here, the entire rectangle, has to be length times the width. Or we can expand it. 12 times a is 12a. Positive times positive is positive. 12 times 3 is 36. And we can see that if we were to break it up into the 2 rectangles, the 2 small ones, 12 times a is 12a. 12 times 3 is 36. And therefore the total area is 12a and 36, so we write plus for and. And question C. This is b and this is 2, so the whole thing must be b plus 2. This is a and this is 7, so the whole thing needs to be a plus 7. So the area is equal to length times width, or a plus 7 times b plus 2. Now, This looks really hard to expand, but what we could do is we could use the small rectangles in the diagram to expand it. So this top left one here, that's just A times B. A times B, which is just AB. The top right is just 2 times A, which is 2A. Bottom left is 7 times B, which is 7B. And then bottom right, 2 times 7, which is 14. So when we expand these brackets, it's actually going to give us AB plus 2A plus 7B plus 14. All right. Question 9. Write an expression for each of the following and then expand it. So question A, we've got a number x has 3 added to it. And then the result is multiplied by 5. Then whatever the answer is, it's multiplied by 5. So let's expand this. 5x plus 15. Question B. A number B has 6 added to it and the result is doubled. So number B has 6 added to it, and then when we double something, we times it by 2. So let's expand this. 2b plus 12. Question C. A number z has 4 subtracted from it. Z has 4 subtracted from it, and then the result is multiplied by 3. So let's expand that. 3z minus 12. And question D. A number y is subtracted from 10. So this one's different, right? It's subtracted from 10, so it's 10 minus y, because it's from 10. And the result is multiplied by 7. So we get 70 minus 7y. Alright, so now I've got a worksheet for you that I'd like you to work on. So I'd like you to use the remainder of this lesson to practice these questions. But there is a couple of questions that I want to go through, and I've highlighted them here. So question 2D, expand and simplify by collecting like terms. So for question D, we can see here we've got 2 bracket x minus 3 plus 3x plus 7. So let's expand this. This is going to equal to 2x minus 6. Okay, positive times negative is negative. But you still have to write all this down. Plus 3x plus 7. And now we can collect like terms. We can see that our like terms here, 2x plus 3x, remember the sign belongs to what comes after it, as well as minus 6 plus 7. So 2x plus 3x is 5x. Minus 6 plus 7 is positive 1. And that's our answer. It is not 6x. It's just 5x plus 1. Right? Question I. 6m minus 2 bracket m plus 1. Now it's important for you to remember this minus belongs to that 2. So when we expand this, it's going to be very important. So I'm going to write my 6m. And I've got minus 2 times m is minus 2m. Minus 2 times positive 1 is negative 2. Okay, negative times positive is a negative answer. Then we can collect our like terms. 6m minus 2m, they are our only like terms. 6 marbles minus 2 marbles is 4 marbles. And then we just need to minus 2. Which is not 2 marbles, it's just 4m minus 2, that's it. Alright, question 3. Expand and simplify. 4 lots of x plus 3 minus 2 lots of x plus 1. So, let's expand this. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times 3 is positive 12. Then we've got minus 2 times x, which is minus 2x. And minus 2 times positive 1, which is negative 2. And now, we can answer this by collecting our like terms. 4x minus 2x, as well as positive 12 minus 2. So 4x minus 2x is 2x. 12 minus 2 is 10. It's just a normal 10, so I'm just going to write plus 10. Okay, that's the final answer. Question F. Expand these ones. X times x is x squared. X times 1 is just x. Minus, there's an imaginary 1 out here. Minus 1 times x is minus x. Minus 1 times negative 3 is positive 3. Right? Negative times negative is positive. 1 times 3 is 3. And so now we can collect our like terms. We can see here that we've got plus x and minus x, which are our like terms. They're going to cancel each other out because x minus x is just 0. So that means our final answer will just be x squared plus 3 because these will cancel each other out. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. Please use the rest of this lesson to finish off these questions for this worksheet. Thanks.